Welcome to the Hasn't Been 3 Days podcast with your host, Justin and BJ, and we talk about 3-day-old news, sports, and whatever else we seem to care about and want to talk about. You, the MVP listener, you listen in, you laugh, and you hate on our takes and opinions, but just don't let us know about those unless it's been 3 days. Hey, I did want to check with something before we move on to stuff. This always comes to me later on in the pre-show.
It's all good.
We've been promoting our email box, 3dayoldpodcast@gmail.com. And we did get an email that was not from family and was not from other people. It's not time for our mailbag, but we did get somebody reaching out to us wanting to know if we wanted to go to a free all-in-one monetization platform for our podcast. So we must be getting some sort of notice on the streaming channels or whatever that you have us on to. So anyway,
I think we're staying steady with our numbers. So I think that gets you somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers say you have to be, so many clicks or whatever before you can actually make money. So I think we just, at some point, we're going to have to figure out a controversial topic. I mean, last week it was close. Our friendship almost came to an end with the text messaging and the messages that I send at wrong times. But we got through that. I moved. I went out of town, thought about my problems, and
we took a 3-day break.
Yeah, I didn't really have. I mean, I was in Arizona this week. I took my. I didn't really text a lot. I text pictures of people. I texted you a few things, but my family. But yeah, I just sat there. It was nice being in Arizona when it was 70 degrees out and watching baseball. I don't think you can beat that.
Yeah, and I know we're going to talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but I want you, just for the record, since you brought up the fact that we almost lost our friend. No, what text message loses our friendship.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
We're not going there, but
No.
I was very happy to get your pictures and I was glad to see you were having a good time. So I'm glad you went and glad you had a good time.
But we all know that we're looking forward to coming out in March.
Well, that's where I was going to take this. Was you just came off from a trip, and so I don't want to discredit your trip and move on to the next trip, but
my family already has. They were already like, "You're back. We're going to Oregon. Be ready."
Yep. So, well, let's get into that one even a little bit later. Let's talk about your trip a little bit, Justin. And for those of you listening, we might hear a familiar voice, another special guest that's always special in my heart. So,
that's cute.
So, Heidi, why don't you say hi? Heidi, hi.
Heidi, hi. Well, welcome, Heidi. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Sorry that we're going to keep you from your nap during the show.
I know, right? I will miss that. Just kidding.
So this is the stages. I'm going to reveal this secret. This is the stages of Heidi has always been supportive of this podcast, and she listens every week, and she listens twice, sometimes in her sleep. Yes, but the progression of Heidi's involvement, she used to be in the audience every week and was listening every week. And then we had some of our kids that would show up on Tuesday nights. And so she would entertain and host them for a little bit. And then she'd start reading a little bit. And now she's sleeping, sometimes through it. And
well, when you start reading, you get sleepy.
Yeah, for sure. So.
I think that just means that she's super comfortable with the direction this is going. She doesn't feel like she has to be the...
That's exactly right.
Yeah. The complete editor. She can sleep on the job.
Yeah, she doesn't have to produce the show anymore.
Yeah, or producer, yes. So I don't know why we're paying her to sleep, but whatever.
Well, I'm grateful.
So yes, it's nice to have you, and we're not getting random text messages that we're saying something wrong, like the Queen is dead or something.
The Queen
is dead. Yeah.
Actually, there's one question. Isn't she dead?
Well, yeah, that's true.
So it's been 3 days. It's been a week. Justin, you just got back from a trip today, and you shared with us last week you were going to Arizona to watch some baseball and to hang out with some guys, a guy trip. So, what was the highlight of your trip? This is an old youth group thing. Let's do the old youth group thing. Highs and lows of your trip. What was the high point of your trip? What was the low point of your trip?
Well, the high point of your trip is always the friendship part, being with your friends. Now, I know that's kind of quirky and stuff, but just the getting the guy time, and just sitting back and none of us having to worry about anything. But being outside, sitting around watching baseball when it's -7 degrees back home, I don't know, you can't really complain about that. And when you can sit in shorts and a lightweight jacket when the sun goes down. I mean, I guess it did get cold at night, but chilly. They would say it's cold. It was chilly. But yeah, that and the other cool thing is we were on MLB TV during one of the games because we sat right behind between the dugout and home base.
You sent me a picture of you, and you mentioned that, and then I happened to was scrolling through Facebook the other day, this weekend, and saw the clip
of him getting hit
of where they showed you, but it cut right as they were going to show you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was crazy because we had no idea that the camera was pointing to us. Like we had nobody was on their phone seeing what the camera angles were or anything. Like we said, we barely had our phones out, and literally my phone, like I probably got like 15 or 20 text messages, and they're all like, "Just saw you on TV. How are you enjoying Arizona?" I was like, "What? Hang on a second."
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Looking good on TV," and then text messages started coming through of screenshots and stuff. So, yeah, it was. People that I didn't even know that were even watching the game. Like, I was like, I didn't know you were watching you like to watch Husker baseball, but it's kind of a big deal when they were playing a big name school for baseball. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. The low part, I would probably say being delayed going out, just cutting into the time of starting our time in Arizona. We were probably about 3 hours delayed getting into Arizona, getting into Phoenix. So we were supposed to have a little bit of the evening to go do something, but we didn't get until probably after right around midnight or so.
Yeah.
So that kind of, not that we were gonna have a lot of time, but it would have been nice to get in, relax, and not just like go to bed right away. But
yeah,
I mean that's literally our only downtime. Otherwise, we had fun at the casinos. Fun at Pop Stroke. If you're ever in the area or have a Pop Stroke in your area, go to Pop Stroke. It's super fun family time, even for a bunch of guys who love the golf. Super nice. It was so much fun. So
Pop Stroke is the Tiger Woods miniature golf course, right? But
it's the one that he's put money behind his name behind it. I don't know if he designed any of the holes. Some of them are really easy.
But aren't the holes like actual golf holes?
They make them like, they're set up like golf holes. They've got cutouts for like sand and stuff. So, but it's just longer grass.
So then, is it? What was par for the course?
Par 41 for both of. They have two courses there.
So 41 for 18 holes.
Yeah. So they had everything was par 2 except for 5. I think 5. What the number would be? 5 par 3s.
Okay, so it's not like that one place in Olathe a long time ago that had the actual long holes that, I mean, you had to like kill it to.
You're talking about Smiley's in Kansas City, right off of K7,
and it was like a par 63 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Lincoln actually has they call it the Backwoods at Adventure Golf. Remember Adventure Golf in Lincoln?
Yeah,
they have one now that's like a par like 70.
Okay.
And it's like really hard, and it's kind of set up like golf holes and stuff. So
yeah,
it's more of a challenge. Now I thought it was going to be more challenging because I've been to like Smiley's, like you talked about, and then the one we have here. But it was fun for the family. I could see where those other courses could get frustrating for people who don't miniature golf, but this made you feel pretty good. Even the hazards weren't that hard. So, but people the atmosphere is great. That location in Scottsdale that we went to, I would say that their staff was probably like the Chick-fil-A of entertainment. They were just on point. They run drinks out to you. They can bring food out to you just scan a barcode, say what you want, and they're out the door bringing it to you. You never have to leave. And you pay one fee for the day, and you can come as much as you want. So, yeah, it's a cool concept. So, yeah. Other than that, we had a really good time. It was. I wish I would have golfed. That's kind of what I was hoping to do, but I actually don't know where we would have fit it in, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. to go golfing, but
yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time. So yeah, I came back just in time so we could do the podcast. Committed to this thing.
Here we are.
No, I mean I got back earlier in the day and took a nap, and here we are. What about you? What did you have going on last weekend?
We finally got weather, but I still feel bad. I don't know about you, Heidi. I feel bad complaining about our weather. Even we had 2 days off for the snow and the ice, but it's all gone now. But it was good to relax and just kind of chill out and be together. So
good deal.
Yeah.
How's planning for everything else going?
Good. Yeah, we got 38 days.
Yeah.
38 days. So I think she's still excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's pretty cool, though. The ladies I work with, we had a birthday lunch today for a couple of them. And one of them is our old director that she comes back for these moments, and she knows Heidi and loves Heidi. And she said, well, how many days? And I pulled up the countdown, and they're so excited for us. It's really cool to be surrounded by people that are happy for you and see the blessing that it is. So I'm thankful for that.
It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day of all of the best people we know coming together. And
Justin.
Right. You're included in that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's been funny because, we've had all kinds of friends who, no, you don't need to put that closer. Oh, it's because I'm talking quiet. Sorry. We've had all kinds of friends who, have wanted to help in some way. We're like, no, we're just going to be really simple. And I have a really sweet friend who was like, well, I'm making you a cake. And I said, well, we're not really cake people. She's like, fine, then I'm making cupcakes. So she's making cupcakes.
Not cake people, but cupcake person?
Well, not really that either, but
okay.
It seems to be.
They travel better.
They travel better,
yeah.
Yeah. So she's going to make cupcakes, and we have all kinds of friends who are offering to do things and help, and it's like, well, there's not really that much to do, but we appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't make anything good, so.
Okay, good to know. I'll cross you off the list. So.
Thank you. Less pressure.
You don't want to make any tamales?
Oh, no, but I'd probably eat a good tamale.
Okay. Well, you might get to do that.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's been fun. We have people that we probably won't mention on here just for their sake, but
their safety.
No,
just say it. Their safety. No, okay.
Their safety.
Witness protection programs.
Heidi is exactly right. It's our best people coming together for this, and some of our best people showing up in ways that are just very, very humbling and very, very cool. So I know the blessings are overflowing from our friends and our people that are wanting to just love on us extra. So it's pretty cool.
It's going to be a good day. Yeah.
Well, my kids keep on talking about it. The first thing they said hi to me was, how was your flight? You good? We're traveling to Oregon next month. And I was like, okay, let me unpack, but okay.
Yep.
So,
do you have a list of things you're doing when you're here?
Not complete yet. I'm still trying to get a feel of the timing of everything a little bit, but I think I want to drive down to the 2 Oregon school campuses, then go out to the coast, and then probably just find things that other people have suggested, either if that's on the way, back to Portland or down from Portland from the airport. I don't really know yet. I haven't really mapped it out yet of what to do. I don't know. I just know that we want to spend, there's part of the reason is coming to hang out with you guys and seeing you guys, but
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we might fit you guys in.
Okay, well,
maybe one day.
Appreciate them.
No, but I mean that's what the kids and Becky have all said. Just like, well, when we go out of town, we always go see BJ and his family. So we're gonna do that. So, but we also know that we're gonna take advantage of the time while we're there to do other things on the out there in Oregon. So
yeah, you need to.
Yeah.
So there's a list of things. I just don't know yet. I need to probably sit down and do that. I don't know. Usually I'm more prepared. Doesn't appear I'm doing very well.
Well, you still have a month.
Yeah. I think you get here in 34 days, 35 days. So
yeah, you still have some time.
Yeah. I got the housing piece for where we're staying, lodging piece stayed up. So really everything else kind of work its way out. You need to get a rental car.
Airbnb?
Well, the problem with Airbnbs is a lot of them are not. Unfortunately, with my wife still being in a wheelchair, it's really hard finding Airbnbs or Verbos that actually list what they actually are and size-wise. And when they do, unfortunately, we've stayed in Airbnb this last summer, and you get there and you can't get a chair through a door. You can get through the main door, but you can't get through anything else. And so we don't want to. I got a hotel as a backup if I can't find anything that's already saved, because I can cancel it until a week out. So, but that's the hardest thing. I think that's the hardest when you're not used to traveling and finding just simple things, just the simplest little things. Well, we talked about that, like just wheelchair access when you guys not that you were making decisions for your wedding location based off of us or anything, but I was like, well, how are we going to, what's the easiest way to get Becky in and out if she's still in a wheelchair and stuff? So never really had to think that way all the time, but it's been kind of interesting thinking about those extra steps. So, but
the venue has a ramp inside, and then there's doors that open if we need to use them to get her into the sanctuary. So it'll be good.
It wouldn't matter. We would have got her in there anyways.
Yeah, no, that's not going to
lock the wheels, and let's carry her.
Yeah, no, it won't be a problem.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I just, it's just different thinking, these last few years about, just different mindset of things. But then you start realizing the inconsiderates of people parking in handicapped spots, and it gets entertaining. But people are fun. Aren't people fun?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
By fun.
Well, I mean, we could put them in multiple different categories.
We sure could.
Some of them might not be. We probably shouldn't talk about right now. Probably should keep it off the podcast.
You think so?
For their sakes. Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't want to make them look that bad. Or maybe we do.
You can always speak in generalization.
Well, true. True, we could. But, I'm happy that what's the hardest thing you have left to plan for your wedding right now?
The hardest thing?
Or what? Choosing between real flowers, fake flowers? I don't know. Having coffee, not having coffee? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's going to be so simple. Our wedding is not going to be a traditional wedding service and ceremony. We're going to have church, and so it's going to be really cool. And that part of it's going to be, it's just working out some of those details. But when you've got 4 pastors involved, that's not going to be hard, So
yeah,
I think the hardest part left is, you got to decide on a dress.
Yeah, I was gonna say picking a dress and finding the.
I got to find a suit. So
that's probably it right there.
well, you guys can rent those.
Yeah.
Just joking. You don't rent a dress. You need to buy one and keep it forever.
You can. No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, so, would you rent a dress for a wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that. To be honest with you.
Yeah. No. That's one of those things where it's like, who's gonna know?
Well, we just talked about it, but
it doesn't mean I am. I'm just saying.
We'll just when we come to give you a hug, I'll be like, your price tag's hanging out.
Yeah, I'll be like, ooh, don't pull that off. I got to take it.
Get the price tag's hanging out of the back of here.
Just tuck that back in. We got to take it.
Oh goodness. There is a lady. I heard this at work speaking about. I think the website was called Newly. I think is what she said. I don't know. A couple girls were talking out in the hallway outside of my office, and the one girl says, "Oh, I really like your outfit." And she's like, "Yeah, I get these new outfits, and I get the subscription that's, I don't know what she said, $100. Yeah, like $100 a month or something like that, and you can get up to like 6 outfits, including dresses, like cocktail dresses, even just anything, like for." And she's like, "Yeah, it just saves me from not buying clothes." Every time, it saves me from not buying clothes once a week. And I'm thinking, you're spending $100 to get 6 outfits that you can choose to buy them, but that's essentially saying that you're spending over $100 on clothes each week, but sometimes you don't get to keep them. But
6 things is actually pretty good.
That's pretty good,
honestly.
Yeah.
But if that's just to rent them and send them back, you would have to pay. Like if you wanted to keep it, you would have to pay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so she's literally just getting 6 outfits to wear to try, and then or up to 6, and then if you decide to keep it, then you pay like a discounted price because most of them have been used already. They've been. But I don't know. The math didn't make sense to me. Maybe it's girl math.
It's got to be girl math.
It's girl math.
If I've worn this once and somebody else has already worn it, then I'm actually making money.
So I did a clothing subscription for guys that was different because the subscriptions are right. Usually you're paying for the product after you pay your monthly subscription.
Yeah.
And so that's what that sounds like. I paid for one that was $100 a month. But you got to keep the clothes and you didn't pay extra. So it included that you got the outfits. It wasn't 6. I got a pair of pants and 2 or 3 shirts. And sometimes there were shoes. Sometimes there was something else. But
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What was it with?
Well, they're not endorsed. They're not endorsing us yet.
Oh,
yes.
I'd love a code. It was stately. Enter code 3-day-old podcast for.
Let's see if it works. Yeah, it might work
for no discount.
You never know. What if it did? People are like, "This is the best."
3 days. 3 days. Enter 3 days for 3%.
Well, so once in a while I'll get golf. Like my buddy belongs to one of those golf ones, and he'll send me the code. Be like, I've gotten some pretty good stuff. Paying $50 and you get, a pullover, or a polo, or a quarter zip, a golf polo and some shorts and a belt, tees, and I'm like,
was that like four
short par?
Short par 4 or something.
I think it's called short par.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I can understand it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Appreciate those because I personally don't really love going and shopping.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to a store and shop,
that's one of the reasons I'm marrying you.
Because I don't like shopping.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Just kidding.
It's not, but it's not annoying to have packages show up at your door constantly.
Not if you're. Well, I think I did Stitch Fix for a while, and I was like, I'm specifically asking for no patterns, and all you're doing is sending me patterns. So then I was like, forget this.
But Stitch Fix is one of those that you have to pay for what it is extra or send it back, right?
You pay like a $20 styling fee.
Yeah.
Basically to ship the box. And they send you so many options, and then you decide, and then you can send it back and you pay nothing else.
Right.
Or if you buy some of the clothes, then you do have to pay. Or if you buy all of the clothes, then you get like a discount. Yeah.
What would be your ideal subscription service for clothes?
Mine?
Yeah.
One that exists right now?
I don't know. Maybe put them all together.
Put them all together.
Create your own.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. It's the styling
that's the golf one that you mentioned. I looked into that too because you can style your golf. Well, most of us that work at like business casual places, you can wear golf as a guy. You could wear golf stuff to work. So, I mean, I looked into that one too because then you could get shoes on sometimes on those. So.
Wear golf shoes to the office?
No, but I meant
you're clicking around the office. Click. Here comes PJ. Here comes the boss.
You're killing two birds because we're running. We're running out of stones. So.
No, I'm with you because that's where golf shirts is what I typically wear to work. I'm with Heidi. Not a lot of patterns because work at the hospital. You can't have too much. You can't have it stand out too much.
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. But yeah, there's some interesting ones that we received too. I'm just like, I don't know if I'd actually wear that. But
so is this shirt too patterny for you?
No, this is like a classic pattern. I'm talking like
like different. Flowers or flags or flamingos. Yeah.
Just not over the top with color and all that either. So it just
Yeah, and for everybody who couldn't see, BJ's wearing a squarey shirt. That's what my daughter had an outfit like that back in the day, and she said, "Yeah, I don't really like it. It's too squarey."
Too squarey.
No, it was a very classic shirt.
It is.
We were watching a show last night, and this guy was doing a news. It was actually a real news anchor was doing. We were watching a documentary on
Gabby Petito.
And the news anchor had a squarey pattern shirt, but then he also had a contrasting same pattern but a contrasting colored tie.
What?
So it was like
it was a white and black checkered shirt. The main color of the shirt was white, and then the tie was black with white checkers.
It was too much.
It was like
that's.
It kind of worked.
It worked for him, but it was too much. I immediately, when it broke to that picture, I immediately saw it.
You're like, that should be a solid colored tie.
That should be not allowed. Yeah.
What are the What's one of your worst outfits you ever wore on a Sunday, BJ, for pastoring? Because like laundry didn't get done, or you got something that stands out?
Yeah, but it wasn't because of a bad reason. It was just hard to preach in.
Okay.
So,
is this when your shirt was too tight around your neck?
Well, that's always the case.
Okay.
I don't have a neck. See.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
No, this was a good reason. So our whole family. So one of our sons has Down syndrome, and so on March 21st, 3/21 is National Down Syndrome Day, and so we all had these hoodies made that had something to do with Down syndrome. So Ronnie's hoodie says, "I'm the homie with the extra chromie," and one of the other kids has said, "My brother has an extra," something like that. But then there's a symbol for Down syndrome, and it was like the 3 arrows and the blue and yellow. And so I had mine very simple. It just had the logo on it, but it was a hoodie, and then I wore a khaki blazer kind of thing over it to preach in. And
oh, jeez.
So this is fairly recently then.
This was in Illinois, and I was dying. That was tough.
Because it was too hot?
It was too hot. I couldn't move around. It was very and I'm a mover when I used to preach and was allowed to preach. So yeah, I got home and I was ready to take the clothes off.
Take all your clothes off.
Yep.
Put on some sweatpants and call it good, or shorts, depending on the time of the year.
Yeah, well, it was March, so.
What?
Yeah, so that was one that stands out, still stands out. I got a lot of comments because people are judgmental.
No.
Especially when you're the pastor of a church. What
was the worst comment someone said? That you just didn't wear a suit and tie? It's probably the most common one. Pretty common for the churches you were in, maybe?
I got a comment from a guy in the same church. It was before I was the pastor. I was the youth pastor at the time. But I wore a dress shirt, untucked. And this guy came up to me. I was greeting people as they left, and he goes, "Ooh, that's an interesting choice." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You don't see too many people that keep their shirt untucked."
I think I know who you're talking about.
And I'm like, "Okay, that's weird." So just had to let it go. But yeah.
And you said, "Hey, thanks, but you're wearing camo right now."
No, he was one that was always in a shirt and tie. And,
yeah.
No, when I was growing up in church, I helped take the offering at one of our churches when I was a teen. And I couldn't, if I wore something that wasn't dressed up, I couldn't help. So one day it was right after Christmas. I just gotten my Reggie Miller jersey. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I was wearing my Reggie Miller jersey, and so this usher came up to me and said, "Yeah, I think we're going to have to get somebody else to help today." And I said, "I understand." So.
I didn't know this podcast turned into a apparel podcast. We're going to talk fashion tonight. What else are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't have anything good. Nobody ever judged me on my outfits.
Have they judged you on anything else?
A lot of things. I'm loud. No, I don't know. Just
You've never been judged on one of your outfits?
Oh, I probably have 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe just not to your face.
Yeah, I went through that phase of wearing really baggy stuff.
Well, that's what they're wearing nowadays too.
Well, I think I wore even baggier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever have Jenko jeans?
No, with the pockets that go down to your ankles.
Yeah, so I got a pair of hand-me-down ones. And so,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you still have them?
Oh no.
Oh.
They were okay. So at the time, I was probably 5'2", maybe 90 pounds, and where we lived, I mean, that was what everybody was wearing. I mean,
was that in Pueblo?
Yeah, gang members, skaters, everybody was wearing Jenkos. So I had these, and I only had one shirt that I could wear with them because they sagged so low.
Yeah.
To cover my underwear, and so I these jeans were cut because they were so baggy they would sag. So they were like probably an inseam of about 20 because they sagged so far down. But the waist on them was like a 42 or something like that.
Oh,
so I had my belt cinched up, and you just hoped you didn't get pants during the day.
Pants. Can you imagine what Jenkos would look like if they got cut in the jorts?
Like a skirt.
Yeah. Right?
Jenkos exist, though. That was a thing, but not Jenkos necessarily, but
jeans skirts. Yeah. I don't know. You're a girl. You should know.
I didn't wear
any skirts either.
Oh, well, one time you wore a dress.
One time, yeah.
That one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about putting one of your kids at a dress the other night.
Yeah, Cooper.
Yeah, and Brady got dressed up in one of Beth's dresses once, and yeah, it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't remember doing it.
No, but we won't talk about Michael's dresses.
Oh yeah, let's not talk.
she listens to every episode, but she just needs to come on the podcast so she can clear the air about
Her runway dress.
Her runway dress.
No, I'm curious.
Yeah, Michael, you need to come on the podcast. I know you're listening, so
we won't talk about how your dad laughed at the joke too.
Oh man, I know she already forgave me. I did apologize a couple of weeks ago, and she emailed that she forgave me. But yeah, Michael is a good sport. She grew up with Nate and Justin, which is hard enough as it is. But then they had me as a friend, so that was quite the fun times at the Rabel house.
Yeah. I don't know. My parents put up with a lot of stuff with us.
Yeah.
That was one thing I liked about my parents. They is we never had curfews. We just run around Lincoln all the time. All the time. And I'm surprised that we didn't. Well, I don't know about Nate. Did he ever end up in jail with you?
No, I've never been in jail.
Oh, okay. Just me either.
I don't know if Nate has. I mean, there was a few years that we didn't hang out much because I was gone or he was gone. But yeah, I've never been to jail.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't been to jail.
The night we were closest had to have been the night we borrowed the golf club.
Well, that and the time that you ran from the police when we were speeding down South Street.
I didn't run. You. That was all you.
Fair.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm glad we didn't get caught because then that would have been bad.
Yeah, we would have had a lot of explaining to do to Pastor Dad.
Nothing. You.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't be able to hang out with me. We wouldn't have been friends. Your dad would have banned us.
That might have ended things, yeah.
Yeah, your dad would have been like, don't hang out with that guy. We're not even going to let him in the church anymore.
Hey, I will tell you this, though.
Yep.
That's one thing my parents never said. I don't know that my parents ever
dictated your friendships.
They never dictated our friendships, at least not to me. And it's part of that, I think, looking back, was they knew some of our friends were, shady at the time or doing bad stuff, but I guess they always trusted us to be the wheat that would choke out the chaff, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes with, you probably see that through your own kids nowadays, is that some of the people that they hang out with, or they even choose to pick, you trust them to make good decisions on who they're hanging out with. So just the way they grew up. So.
Yeah. Everybody's here.
Oh.
Hey, we got special guests appearing.
Hi.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey. How are you? Good.
Are you guys recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100% we are.
Hi.
Everybody's.
Hey, bud. Yep, we're live. So
we were talking about fashion. You want to talk about fashion?
Like sweatpants.
Oh, sweatpants. All right. I like my daughter's in the background here saying she likes sweatpants too. Good take.
So here's the question you have to answer. You got to get close to the mic. But what is there ever been in an outfit that you've worn that you've been made fun of for?
Oh, probably. Oh yeah, I have some pants that are like wavy checkered with they're like green and they're checkered with flowers on it, and I usually get
see the white and black ones.
And I found a pair of checkered pants.
It's like, let me just tell you.
So it's squarey again. The squarey comes back into play.
He was talking about a squarey shirt.
Yeah.
Squarey pants get you every time.
What about you, Abby? You ever been made fun of for her outfit?
that one.
Oh,
Oh, jeez!
I'm just kidding.
Emma!
I don't think so.
No.
You have good style, so.
How about you, Elliot?
Probably at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your middle school sock face.
Oh, sock? I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh, the knee-high socks with everything.
oh, so it will go away.
Yes.
Okay.
Knee-high socks with everything, huh?
Like, yeah, they
In
think
the
that
summer,
they're
it's the socks up to the knees.
oh,
and, like
it's
shorts.
so ugly.
It's so bad.
Interesting.
There is hope. You do graduate from 6th grade, so it is. It is. We gave Elliot such a hard time when he was in 6th grade. Just his life.
He doesn't care.
Elliot, I always supported you, man.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's get an update before we'll probably have to sign off here pretty soon. Elliot's in his basketball warm-ups. For those of you that can't see, just came from a game. How'd it go tonight?
We lost
Oh,
by like 42.
oh dang.
Wow.
Varsity was close.
JV and varsity?
No, varsity went into overtime.
And,
Oh,
like,
wow.
They shouldn't have gone into overtime.
Like
He missed the left
he
hook.
missed the but it went like hit the rim and like Luka was about to go in and then went out and that would have won the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
That was like a buzzer beater.
Down one OT, missed left hook shot from our left.
Lefty big
Post.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got everybody talking on that. So
Yeah, it's good audio. We're
they
good.
lost, but did you have fun? Man.
It went like over 9.
Oh no. Rough game.
Was it a flu game? You had
No.
the flu? Oh, okay.
That was a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
he's already had that. Been there, done that.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. Well, I think we're gonna cut this one short.
That's fine.
So
It's good talking about fashion. Something that we don't ever talk about.
I don't have any.
I don't know. Somehow we got into. Oh, we were talking about renting a dress, and then we got into.
Yeah, your dad's gonna rent a dress, Emma.
Yeah, I thought so.
I always knew it.
yeah. So anyway, we'll have to talk about the next trip planned as you come out to Oregon, and we'll catch up next time.
Yep, that sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and make sure you reach out to us, 3dayoldpodcast@gmail.com, if you have a story you want to share with us or you want us to relive. We would love to have you on the show and talk about it, or just tell us what you think about life. So thanks for joining us again. Here's to a lack of communication of irrelevant age news. We'll see you next time.
See ya.